Girl, I just know I did not just pick up your 2-day trip and you're not gonna pay me. What is going on? I just know this crew member is not trying to play me right now. Hey Pristine Posse, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna talk all about picking up trips as a flight attendant, okay? I'm gonna share my story times, my rookie mistakes, and of course, we're gonna share do's and don'ts and the tips as always. So before we get started, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the Pristine Posse if you're not already subscribed. Also, let me know if you're new down in the comments, where you guys are from. Let me know down in the comments. Make sure to chat me up so I don't feel like I'm talking to myself, okay? You know how we do on this channel. We have a little story time, tea time, and then we debrief after. So let me give y'all a few story times of picking up trips, all right? So trip number one that I picked up, okay. Give y'all the backstory. I had just finished working a trip. I had about 4 days off. So I was like, you know what? I only need about 3 days off. I have enough energy I could work a trip. So I go on Open Time, check it out, see if anybody posted any good trips so I can go somewhere fun, you know, make a little extra cash, see if anybody put money on anything. Now, personally, I like to pick up trips that have money on it. We start the bid at $50 and we go from there. So as I look, I see there's a trip, a 2-day trip. It was literally 2 legs on the first day and I believe 1 leg on the second day. I was like, oh, this is too easy. And it was posted for $75. And I was like, okay, 75 is good. Now I have my eye on this 2-day for $75 because I was like, that's an easy day. And I was just running errands, doing other things. And I was like, okay, let me see if they're gonna put some more money on it, because sometimes as the day goes by and the crew member may be a little desperate to get rid of it, they will raise the price. So I was like, let me just play the waiting game for a second. Y'all, let me tell you, for that 2-day trip, the girl, she posted it, let's just call her Susie. Susie posted it for $75 in the morning, and then I came back and I checked in the afternoon. Susie increased the price to $200. I was like, oh, let me hop on that before somebody else take it. So immediately I reach out to Susie. I'm like, hey girl, I saw your trip posted for $200 for a 2-day. I'd be happy to pick it up. Like, do you have Cash App, Venmo, all that good stuff? So I'm waiting on her to respond. Now I'm pressing the issue because I'm like, oh my God, that's good money. For an easy trip, an easy 2-day of that, like I can definitely do it. About an hour and a half later, Susie reaches out to me. She's like, yeah, I have Cash App. Just let me know when it's on your schedule. So immediately I get the trip on my schedule, right? I tell her, hey, it's on my schedule. Here's my information so you can send me the money. Y'all, please tell me why I don't get no response from this girl. Girl, I just know I did not just pick up your 2-day trip and you're not gonna pay me. What is going on? I just know this crew member is not trying to play me right now. 1 hour, 2 hours pass. I'm like, what's tea? So then she sends me a text. She was like, oh, hey, thanks so much. I'll send it to you now. I was like, okay, cool. Because I don't understand what was the holdup, but whatever, just come on, send the money. I fulfilled my part of the deal. Now it's time for you to fulfill yours, okay? Then I realized, okay, an hour passed. This girl never sent anything. I never got a notification. So I'm like, what's going on? So I sent a little question mark to like, she's about to send it now. And then she was like, oh, did you get it? And I was like, no, I didn't get it. I didn't get it, girl. And then she was like, oh, well, I sent it. So she sends me a screenshot of her Cash App notification that she sent it over. And I'm like, okay, like I don't have anything. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't have anything. So she was like, is this you? Is this yours? Maybe I sent it to a wrong person. I'm like, no, like, that's me, but I don't have it. So then she proceeds to send me a bank statement, her bank statement, showing a transaction that's supposed to be going to my account. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. But baby, I don't care about these screenshots. I don't have my money. Like, what's going on? You could have photoshopped these pictures. I don't know what's going on, but I don't have my money. So what's tea? So she was like, well, that's my bank statement. Like, I sent you the money. I don't know what else to do. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't have it. So what are we gonna do here? Now, mind you, there is nothing that the company can do when you do an exchange and you're picking it up for money and somebody doesn't pay you. Honestly, the only thing that I can do as a flight attendant is realistically just take that L. This girl didn't pay me. I'm gonna have to charge to the game, and I've been finessed. That's literally all I can do. And just, you know, post it online for the rest of the flight attendants to know that Susie cannot be trusted when it comes to picking up her trips because she doesn't pay you. And I have all of the receipts as far as the text messages to prove that she never paid me. Now, Susie proceeds to tell me like, hey, I sent it, like, I don't know what else to do. Maybe it'll show up like tomorrow. I'm not sure. So I'm like, okay, I'm giving the girl the benefit of the doubt because I'm like, how could she have Photoshopped a bank statement that fast? Like, maybe the girl did send it, maybe there's something going on, yada, yada, yada. So she was like, yeah, I don't know, let's just like give it a day, right? So I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine. Mind you, she had texted me maybe like after she had sent the screenshots, and then between that and the next time, it was like maybe like 4 or 5 hours after the fact. And I was just like, what is this girl doing? Like, she's taking all day to respond. Susie ends up telling me that she's in Dubai right now, and she's trying to make her way back to Dallas, and she's in the middle of like trying to get on flights, doing whatever she can to get back to Dallas so she can work the rest of her other flights. So I was like, oh, okay, so now it's making more sense. So I believe it was Sunday. It was either Sunday or Saturday. And then I believe it was also a holiday, so the banks were closed. She did in fact send the money, but just the time difference and all that stuff, it didn't hit my account until the next day. I didn't get notified until the next day. So that's why I wasn't getting any notifications that she sent the money, but whew, that was scary. Okay, I was about to say, oh my God, like, nah, I've been finessed, huh? So yeah, Susie did not play me. By the grace of God, she did send the money. So I just wanted y'all to keep in mind that sometimes the reason why somebody is putting so much money on a trip is because they are literally out of the country trying to come back to America. They may not have any more call outs, and it's either this or get fired. So $200 will save their job in this case. Quick story time number 2. This is the time when I was actually posting a trip. So I posted a trip online for $50, and then I believe I raised it to $75 because I was like, I need to get rid of this, okay? Like, I don't want to work it. I need somebody to pick it up. I don't think I had any more excuses left to use, so I was just like, I need somebody to take it. For the sake of this video, we're gonna call this crew member Anna. So Anna reaches out to me. She says she'll pick up my trip. She shows me that she picked it up, shows me the screenshot, all that. I said, okay, cool. I sent her the money. All right, send it to her through Cash App. And I was like, hey, just sent the money. Let me know if you got it. She tells me she didn't get it. So I go back, I look at my notifications, and I'm like, let me make sure I send it to the right person. It's her. I show her the screenshot. I'm doing basically exactly what Susie did. I show her the screenshot like, okay, this is you, right? I sent it to you. She's like, yeah, that's me, but I don't have it. I'm like, okay, let me check my actual bank account. I look, now mind you, I'm not out of the country. I'm in America. So I'm just like, it's obviously not a time difference thing, so I don't know what's going on. I have the pending charge on my bank statement. So I tried to reverse the charge, and I told her, hey, I'm gonna try to reverse the charge and let that clear, and then I'll send it again to you. Now, mind you, Anna was being very patient with me, and she was like, okay, that's fine. Like, I trust that, like, you're gonna send the money and everything will be fine. So I'm like, okay, like, thank you, because, girl, I'm not playing. I don't play about nobody's money. I was like, I will get you your money, ma'am. I don't know what's going on. Now, I tried to reverse the charge. I don't know what was going on, y'all, but basically, Cash App just froze. It literally just froze. And I was like, hey, I don't know what's going on, but for some reason, I can't do anything on the app right now. So Anna's like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Like, it's fine. We'll figure it out tomorrow. And meanwhile, I'm like, look, I don't want you going online, blasting my name, making it seem like I don't pay. So I was like, no, babe, I'm gonna figure this out, and if I have to go to ATM, take off cash, and give you cash, I'll do it, okay? Y'all, why was there a literal crash on Cash App? This was like last year, either September, July of last year. Cash App was literally down. It was down for like half a day. Why, when I'm making a transaction, Cash App wants to be down? Yeah, so it was down for a day. The next day it was good, and then I sent her money. But by the grace of God, the next day I sent her the money, and then I sent her articles that was like, girl, it was really something going on with Cash App, I swear. And it really was. And she was like, yeah, I was actually trying to send money to someone else and it wasn't working. So glad we got that all figured out. But she was like, you're good, girl. Thank you for, sending the money, everything like that. So we got that squared away. Now, those were my two most craziest instances where I was picking up a trip or someone was picking up my trip, and then the money transaction got funny, okay? My bad, y'all. My storage literally just ran out. So I'm gonna run through these tips really, really fast. All right, starting off with, if you are on reserve and you wanna pick up a trip, you have to call crew support to let them know, hey, this is the trip that I see on open time, this is the employee number, and this is the pairing number that I want to pick up. And from there, they will put it on your schedule. If you're a line holder, then you can either have the crew member assign it to you, or you can simply just pick up the trip. So those are your options. Now, sometimes when I like to do something different, such as my last trip when I went to San Francisco, I will look on open time, pick all of the different domiciles that we have, and then I will go through and just look up all the overnights in different areas, see what I like, look at the trip, and from there I can actually select what legs I want to pick up. So you don't have to pick up a whole trip. So if there is an overnight in, let's say, Vegas, and then another overnight in Denver, and you just want to do Vegas, you can pick up that leg 4 and 5 and just have that overnight, and then you're done. So I would like to do that. If it's an open time trip, then you can just select it if you're a line holder, or you'll have to give them a call if you're on reserve. And if it's a crew posted trip, then you will have to reach out to the crew member. So I would typically just reach out to them, shoot them an email and say, hey, I'd be happy to pick up legs 2 and 3, or whatever the case may be, and let them know my ID number, and then they can just assign it to you. Now, when it comes to picking up trips, you cannot work more than 6 days in a row, and you will need at least 24 hours in between. You can only have one time where it's 6 days, 1 day, and then another 6 days. But who wants to work that hard? Like, you don't have to worry about me ever doing that. But just want to let y'all know. So if you're trying to pick up a nice trip and then it's not working out, it might be because you're not legal. So know the legalities when picking up trips. 24 hours in between 6-day bucket is one of them. Let's talk about stand-ups, y'all. You know your girl loves working stand-ups, which is working a late night flight. I think other companies may call them leanovers, a red-eye flight, late night flight. You have minimum rest, and then you leave the first flight of the day the next morning, and you're done, okay? And you get double the credit for half the amount of work. Y'all, one of the Golden Girls senior mamas told me that this job will age you. And I remember I was laughing and she was like, I'm not playing. And she was like, no, like, make sure you don't overwork yourself with this job. And I see exactly what she's talking about, because all them stand-ups that I pick up, okay, really, it's putting a number on my beauty, all right? Because I'm not getting my beauty rest. It's messing up my circadian rhythm. When I do more than 2 stand-ups back to back, y'all, my eye starts twitching. It's bad. It's bad. It really will age you. So I'm going to take a step back from all those stand-ups I used to do. My limit is 3 in a row. And I realized that I really do need to make sure I'm not doing too much in my day, and I take a good nap before I do the stand-up so that my rest isn't too impacted. But it is serious, y'all. This job can age you, for sure. What I will say is that there's always a sacrifice, all right? Double the pay for half the work, but it will affect your beauty. So there's that. So I will be taking a break from the stand-ups. If you're enjoying these tips thus far, be sure to like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the Pristine Posse if you haven't already done so. And if you want to chat with your girl, have a one-on-one with me, feel free to book a consultation. Just email me at pristinepores@gmail.com and we can chat. We can go from there, all right? Moving right along, when it comes to looking at posted trips, one thing that I've noticed is that line holders, they will post their good trips or their stand-ups at the very last minute, the day of, maybe the day before, but pretty much an inconvenient time when you don't even want to pick up the trip anymore. That's when they post it. So definitely be on the lookout for those last minute good trips. You might have to, instead of spending your time scrolling on TikTok, check out Open Time and see if there's a good trip worth picking up. With that being said, not only do people post good trips or easy trips at the last minute, they will also put more money on it at the last minute when they are desperate to get rid of it. If I were you, I would definitely play the waiting game, but also just not too long. When the price is right, go ahead and pick it up, because trust me, there are other eyes watching the same trip. There are just some trips you could not pay me to work, okay? I don't care how much money you put on a 5-leg trip, a 6-leg trip. You can put $100. No. You can put $200, $300. No. I'm not doing that, okay? Because my back will be in shambles, okay? I will have a headache. I will be irritated. No. Let alone, what if we have a delay? That's a long day, and I'm not signing myself up for that. So all money is not good money, okay? Make sure you are looking at those trips, seeing if that is within your boundaries of work. Which leads me into my last and final tip. Know your boundaries and make sure you set your boundaries, okay? Do not overwork yourself. Know your working limits. If you know you are stressed, depressed, and sad, and your back feels stiff and tight after 4 legs, let's not pick up 4-leg trips, okay? It doesn't matter how much money, all right? Let's take care of our body, let's take care of our mental health, and just take that day off. Yes, the money may be good, but if it is breaking your body down and you don't have adequate days of rest, you're gonna pay for it in the long run. So, you know, Gotta pick a struggle, all right? Also, be sure to watch the news and watch the weather forecast to be aware of what you are potentially flying into if you decide to pick up said trip, okay? You never know. It could be sunny here in Texas, but in Florida, there's a hurricane. All right, there could be a wildfire in California, and it might not be the right time to pick up a trip over there. All right, so definitely make sure you are aware of what's going on. I hope you guys enjoyed these tips. Let me know what content you would like to see in the future, and I will see you in the next video.